Good afternoon. I'm Libby Dowsett. One of the two women charged in the murder of a Medford taxi driver, Chris MacCallum, pleads guilty to being an accessory after the fact. Now that woman, Amber Lubbers, is testifying against the other woman, Patrica MacCallum, who was the victim's wife. News 10's Jessica DeNova is live in Siskiyou County with our top story.
Thank you, Libby. I am at the Siskiyou County Courthouse in Wairika at the preliminary trials for Amber Lubbers and Patrica MacCallum. Now, Amber Lubbers, at the beginning of her trial, she did have a fourth count added to her charge, to the list of charges. So this charge was Penal Code 32, accessory after the fact for murder, to which she did plead guilty. Her sentencing trial is now set for February 28th. If she is sentenced, she could receive a max sentence of 16 months. And now the preliminary trial is taking place for Patrica MacCallum, for which Amber Lubbers is testifying. She's basically explaining from beginning to end the plan. She did say that they were planning months ahead to kill Christopher and make it look like an accident. She described the two scenarios that they were working on. One of the scenarios that she discussed is that perhaps they were going to intoxicate Christopher MacCallum and go back to the campsite, which they visited ahead of time. Once they were back at the campsite with Chris, they talked about possibly having him cross the river, the Applegate River, and he might lose his balance and fall in. Another scenario was have Patricia tie a rope around herself because she did have a broken foot from her military time in Texas, have Chris on the other end of this rope and attempting to help her cross, and then have her pull on the rope to have him lose his balance and fall in. Now, the trial did have to start over for Patricia because there was a problem with the judge. So there is a new judge presiding now, and they have started over. It seems that they are breaking for a recess, and we will see how things develop, and we'll have the latest for you. Back to you, Libby.
All right, Jessica, thank you for that. Chris MacCallum's body was found at the bottom of a steep cliff November 20th near Hilt, California. He had been shot to death. His wife, Tricia, told authorities originally they had been camping in the area for Chris's birthday, and she claims Chris was fine when she decided to go home because it was cold. She says she left her gun with her husband at that campsite. Now, Patrica MacCallum has maintained her innocence through all of this ever since her arrest in November. Before her arrest, she talked to News 10 about the pressure she felt from authorities.
I was very upset. I felt like I was being treated like a criminal or a suspect. I really was shocked and appalled when they insinuated that I may have had something to do with this.
Did you have reason to, and did you kill Chris MacCallum?
Seriously? No. There's no reason that I would do that, and I wish I knew what happened to him. There's no reason for me to want him dead.
And here's what we know at this point. Amber Lubbers, the former stepsister of Patrica MacCallum, has pleaded guilty to felony accessory after the fact. Patrica MacCallum is having a preliminary hearing right now. It just restarted with a new judge due to an emergency with the first judge this morning. Lubbers has testified in this hearing claiming that MacCallum's murder was premeditated by his wife, Tricia. We will have the very latest on today's testimony as it comes in. As always, get the latest on our website, KTVL.com.